Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Be in sohbat with your shaykh. Listen, try to understand, and try to put it in your life. And when you listen to him, listen to his words and take his words as it is the most important thing. That everything else that you have learned, everything else that you have picked up, everything else that you have read, it is not important. It is second, or it is third, depending now on your strength and your, how we say, ambition, your determination. Are you determined? Are you determined? Are you see, determination is a good way of saying you're stubborn, isn't it? Stubborn is negative, determination is positive. So are you determined to learn, to sit and to hold on to him? Yes. Then that is going to be the first test that you're going to go through. That you're going to say, now his words is over everything else that I've read. Now that is going to be your jihadul akbar. That is going to be your biggest, your greatest jihad. Your greatest struggle. Don't get panic. I think jihad. That's your greatest struggle. The struggle against your nafs, that part of your nafs that is saying, but I read this somewhere, and I read this, I read this, that, and now you're going to listen, and the Shaykh is saying something, and it's going against this or that. So what? It's the first time that you read something, and it's going against what you thought before? Bruh, everything that we read is either challenging or putting a new twist to something that we already know, isn't it? So now you're slowly understanding yourself, not your shaykh, yourself. How you yourself, you're understanding things. How you yourself, you are believing things. Why is it that you're sitting here in front of a man and he's speaking very simple words, but he's speaking very heavy things and you know it, that it's more difficult for you to understand and to believe that it's easier for you to read from a website? So what is this? What is this about? Why is it that it is easier for you to understand if it is written, for example, in very mystical terms to understand than something that is explained simply and to the heart? What does that speak about your ego? Or academic terms, because there's some people, they don't like to hear very simple words. They like very academic words, very intellectual words. Well, we can speak like that too. But that is the way of Dajjal. That's not the way of the prophets or Mahdi alayhi salam. Prophets, they never intellectualize. No awliya Allah, they do that. They speak very simple. But something that is so simple, the wisdom to that, the meanings to that, it is endless. Just like the Quran Karim. It is endless. You look, it's so simple, but the meanings, it is endless. So now you're going to understand what kind of knowledge I'm pulled to. Then you ask yourself, why? Don't ask why to others, ask yourself. Why am I attracted to this? I'm not attracted to this. And don't settle for an easy answer. Give a very sincere answer. Because of this. Why because of this? Because of this. Go until you reach to the bottom point. Until you reach and you understand at that time, what is that? That is your intention. That is your niyat. Now you get to the bottom of it. What is your niyat? What is your intention? What is your intention in learning all that knowledge? So many people, they learn that knowledge just so they can show off to other people. That is the real intention. So that they can speak something too when somebody asks them something. Or they're not going to look like they're ignorant, or they can argue well, or people will praise them. Nobody ever learns a knowledge and to keep it quiet, except for the awliya Allah. And when they speak, what they're speaking is just drops of the ocean. And when they speak, those ones who are attracted to the ocean from the drops, they understand that there is an ocean and they hold on to it. They want to melt then in those drops so that they can become part of that ocean. So look to what is called the sunnat. Sunnat means tradition, a way. This kind of knowledge, this kind of language, this kind of explanation. Whose way is this? Is it the way of Allah and His Prophet and the way of the awliya? They're not. Then that says something about you. Although they may speak so beautifully, it may make so much sense, but it's not hitting your heart. You understand this? If you're looking at yourself a little bit more, and you ask, and you fight hard to find the real, honest answers, then that time, slowly you will learn. Slowly you're emptying the cup. You're understanding. You're understanding what is inside. You're not just emptying it for nothing. You're understanding what is inside. And you're understanding what you need to put in there. It's not just because somebody says empty your glass, empty your cup, empty, you're just going to cup. No, you're understanding what it is. May we all be more obedient to our Shaykh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's much enough.